Hello, I'm Lauren Cosgrave. Welcome to The Lauren Show. I'm a life and leadership coach. I'm also a proud Navy officer veteran, a mom, and working professional in tech. Join me each week for ideas on how you can lead, love, and thrive.
When were you in the best shape of your life? Was it when you were 16? Was it when you were in college and you maybe were an athlete? I'm Lauren Cosgrave, and this is episode 4. Today we're going to be, episode 4. So today I want to pass along a challenge to all of you guys that Brendan Burchard passed on to me and to all of his students. Challenged us this year, or a year, pick a year that you get into the best shape of your life. For me, I picked 2019 and I'm on my path to getting into the best shape of my life. If I look back, I think probably my time in college when I was a pole vaulter was when I was in the best shape of my life. There's this picture of me where I'm wearing like a strapless dress and my muscles in my neck and shoulders are so defined. It's kind of scary. Like when you look at it, it was like, whoa, I was working out so much. And if I had had all of the right sleep and much better nutrition, oh my goodness, those possibilities would have been limitless. If I look back now at my young self, I think, man, there was so much you could have done, Lauren, if you just brought those other two elements with as much vigor as you did to your workout routines. Okay, so what does that mean now for me at 36 going on 37? Not quite. Still have a couple more weeks until I'm 37. But what does that look like for me now, getting into the best shape of my life? So I want to start this one off by asking you a couple questions about what does that mean to you? What does getting into the best shape of your life mean for you? When I started this, I reverted back to my college self. I was like, oh, getting into the best shape of my life, that means that I'm an athlete again, that I'm competing in triathlons and placing in the top 10 of my age group, or I'm lifting a ton of weight, or my body's all chiseled. And as I've gone through this challenge, I've kind of had to reflect on that and realize that that's not what that means to me right now. What being in the best shape of my life means is balance. It means that I have the energy to just make it throughout the whole day and be there for my children to play with them. It means that my clothes fit my body naturally, that I'm free of pain. It means that I enjoy the skin that I'm in rather than aspiring to be that athlete or that physique model. Now, if that for you means that you want to be a top performing athlete, that's awesome. I encourage you to do that. Live into it. If that's your goal, go for it. Own it. But for me, I realized that was the picture of what I thought other people wanted me to be. It wasn't really what Lauren's goals were. So I just want to start this whole thing with that. And it will be the number one question you get asked when you start telling people I'm going to get into the best shape of my life. Your doctors will say, okay, what does that mean to you? So you better be prepared to answer it. Okay, so our first thing is goals. I want you to do, I'd recommend doing a little bit of journaling on what are your goals? What does being in the best shape of your life mean? And are you going to accept this challenge? I want you to message me either on social media, at Instagram at Lauren Cosgrave Co. or Facebook group Lauren Cosgrave, or here on YouTube. Tell me you've accepted that challenge. Tell your friends, tell your family so that they can support you. When you tell people something, you are so much more likely to accomplish it. It starts to become a reality and they will get in your court and help you out. So goals. We're going to write that one down first. Our goals. Okay. Getting into the best shape of your life, get ready for some doctor's visits. I had realized for me, I had become numb to pain. I have a really high pain tolerance. I share this not as like to be boastful, but I was able to have both of my children naturally with no pain medicine. That was a goal for me. That was something that I was really important. But it also made me realize that I had trained my body to just ignore pain. And I had been living with quite a bit of pain that I didn't even know I had. Step 1, go see your doctor. And I recommend either a sports medicine doctor, they can be a little tough to get into sometimes, or a family practitioner doctor. The reason the sports medicine doctor is tough to get into is they like to deal with athletes, but they're really well suited to deal with pain management. So if you have long-term pain, if you were an athlete before, try and get a referral in to see a sports medicine doctor. Highly recommend it. They're going to look at your body in a little bit more of a holistic fashion. But get all of those baseline things done. If you haven't had a physical in a while, get your blood work done. Get everything checked out and looked over. Really think about it before you go into the doctor about what's hurting me. What have I been living with that I've just been okay with? I had this back pain where I used to go like this. I'd put my hand in this the center of my back where I had this knot that just lived there forever. And I thought that was just the way it was. It was a sports medicine doctor that sent me to an amazing chiropractor when everything changed. Okay. So I'm going to put up sports medicine doctor here. All right. So next thing I would recommend, a chiropractor. Have one. We're building a team here. What you're going to be doing when you want to get into the best shape of your life is building your medical team that has your back and will support you through this effort and endeavor to guide you to get to the best shape in your life. For me, that it meant including a chiropractor. Not everyone believes in it. That's cool. I think it's been transformational for me. And little did I know when I went to go see the chiropractor, when he assessed my back, I'd be seeing him 3 times a week for the next 6 weeks. And I'm still seeing him on a weekly basis today. And only through that intense treatment has my back gotten better. He's really totally changed my opinion of chiropractics, that it's not just let me just go when it's really, really bad. There is another level of chiropractics that really gets into healing and not just fixing an ailment that may eventually come back over time. Find a great chiropractor. Sports medicine doctors generally have really good recommendations of chiropractors if you need to find one. Okay. Next thing, nutritionist. Now, these are a little bit more expensive, not always covered by insurance, and can be a little bit of a treat. Let me say this. If you can go and see a nutritionist once, it will be worth it. Even if you can just get in for one visit. I guarantee you will walk, well, I don't guarantee. For me, I was surprised that I walked away with so much more than I thought. Being an athlete in my college years, I thought, I kind of know how nutrition works. I got this down. I was not fueling my body throughout the day. I used to have crashes at the evening, and I wasn't snacking. I was spending too much time between lunch and dinner, and my blood sugar was dropping, and she helps me turn that around. I highly recommend going to see a nutritionist. No matter where you're at in your life, especially those of you that are moms out there, if your body has changed after having children, nutritionists can help you get back on track. Figure out where those gaps are in your nutrition. Okay. Can you guys see those back there? No? Well, we have them up. Go back in the video if you need it. Okay. Next thing, physical therapy. Physical therapy is awesome. Guys, I just started physical therapy this year, and if you have had children, if you carry children, it's you should go. As any women out there that have had children, go see a physical therapist. Find a good one. Find one that works with women's health and will help heal your body and your ab and your core muscles. I cannot say enough good things about physical therapists. So good. Sometimes you need a prescription to be able to see a physical therapist. So when you are seeing your doctor, the sports and family medicine doctor, ask them about physical therapy. Tell them about ailments and pains and ask if if physical therapy could help, and they can get you a prescription for that. All right, last but not least, a good psychotherapist. Guys, I shared with you in episode 1 my story with postpartum depression. I want to be the champion for breaking any stigmas or fear around mental health care. My therapist brought me out of the darkness. I would not be here talking to you today if it was not for my therapist. My family has a history of depression, and it was something that I denied for a really long time. Oh, I don't need that. I don't have depression. And I'm a coach. I help people succeed and find their next level of greatness. And there's a fine line between therapy and coaching. Therapy brings you out of the darkness. Coaching takes you to the next level. If you are struggling with mental health issues before finding a coach, find a really good therapist and then find a coach to help you move to that next level. All right? Got a crying kid out there. All right, so those are my tips and tricks for getting into the best shape of your life. After all this, you get into working out. I don't have that up here yet. What I want you to know, I think a really big part of getting into the best shape of your life is finding your doctor team, finding your medical team that will support you. That's not just your once in a blue moon doctor when you're sick or the urgent care. Find a team that will support you and help you heal your ailments so that you can then start working out. In another episode, we'll talk about working out, but for now, I'm going to leave it there with passing along the challenge to you. Please accept it. Get into the best shape of your life, and I look forward to seeing you living the maximized life in your best health.
I hope you loved this episode. Did you find it helpful? If so, subscribe. The Lauren Show is on YouTube and on audio wherever you listen to your podcast. Show notes can be always found at laurencosgrave.com. Don't forget to share with your friends. And if you're ready to take this to the next level, let's book a 15-minute strategy session over at laurencosgrave.com where you can speak directly with me. Start leading, loving, and thriving today.